discover that it was a kind of space-time ship called the TARDIS, a name formed from the initial letters of time and relative dimensions in space. Then had begun a series of terrifying journeys through time and space. The TARDIS had many extraordinary qualities, but accuracy of steering did not appear to be one of them. The Doctor's attempts to return them to their own time and place resulted only in an incredible number of unplanned arrivals, sometimes on alien planets, sometimes on Earth, though always at completely the wrong period. They had seen many wonders and undergone many strange adventures. Such is the adaptability of the human spirit that they had now adjusted to a life of space-time travel. Though they still hoped to see 20th century Earth again, their old life had begun to seem more and more like a dream. Now the TARDIS had made yet another landing. They were all waiting with mingled anticipation and apprehension to discover what lay ahead this time. Moreover, to the Doctor's extreme annoyance, they were all being rather sceptical about his assurance that they were back on Earth and in the 20th century. "Let's take a look on the scanner," suggested Ian practically. The Doctor switched on, and they all peered into the viewing screen. The picture was dark and fuzzy, like an old TV set in a poor reception area. "Oh dear, it's not clear," said the Doctor peevishly. "It's not clear at all." He glared at them accusingly, as if it were all their fault. "I wonder where we really are," said Ian thoughtfully. Barbara sighed. "Oh, somewhere quiet and peaceful, I hope." She knew from bitter experience that the TARDIS never seemed to take them anywhere safe. Susan gave her a quick smile. "Yes, we could all do with a holiday, couldn't we?" Barbara peered at the murk on the scanner. "I can't see anything." Ian looked over her shoulder. "Don't worry, neither can I." The Doctor indicated sluggish movement on the screen. "That could be water. A river, perhaps." Ian gave him a sceptical look, and the Doctor turned away in a huff. "Susan, perhaps you'll be kind enough to give me the instrument readings." Susan was already studying dials on one of the control panels. "Radiation nil, oxygen and air pressure normal." "Normal for where?" snapped the Doctor. He hated any kind of imprecision, especially in matters of science. "Normal for Earth, Grandfather," said Susan excitedly. "This is a typical Earth reading." The Doctor gave a self-satisfied sniff, as if he'd known the answer all along. "I don't want to boast, my friends," he said loftily, "but that might well be London out there." Ian and Barbara exchanged rueful looks. In theory, the Doctor's words were true enough. It might indeed be 20th century London out there, but on his previous record, it might equally well be some savage alien planet, or the Earth of some completely different age. Ian braced himself. "Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go and take a look." Barbara agreed. "Doctor, open the door, please. We'll chance it." For a moment the Doctor continued to look sulky. Then he gave one of his sudden charming smiles. "Yes, of course, my dear." He touched the controls. The doors swung open, and they all went outside. They found themselves in an open area surrounded by high buildings. In front, the ground sloped down towards a wide river. There were scattered piles of building material all around, bricks, timber, steel girders in enormous sacks. Many of the stacks were partially collapsed. The one nearest the TARDIS was in a particularly perilous state. There was an ironic gleam in the Doctor's eye as he looked at Chesterton. "Well, here you are, my boy. Home at last. There's the Thames." "We've come a pretty roundabout way, Doctor." The Doctor nodded. "And arrived more by luck."